Armin was better than Burholt, and Annie knew that. That's why Annie went with that. Annie knew what she was doing.
It is what it is.
Listen, Annie knew. Annie was like, I'm trying to have myself all the children, and Bertolt's a little weird. He got a little weird. Bertolt had a little weird. What did Cat Williams say? You have a weird allegiance.
Considering they were brainwashed, heavily.
Agreed.
I understand.
But Bertolt also felt like he had a weird allegiance to losers. I don't know why.
He didn't know what he had an allegiance to. That's the problem. Yo, what up, everybody? It's the Counselor. So we back in this. We was just riffing and raffing a little bit before we started, but we back in 2026, y'all.
Yo, 2026. Yo, Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New Year. I mean, 10 days late, but hey, fuck
yo, listen, what's your feeling on that? Because I still be saying Happy New Year at least for like another like day or so.
Yeah,
I give it like
no. Week or two. I've said Happy New Year to people that I haven't seen yet. You know what I mean?
Fair.
I haven't seen you Happy New Year.
Very fair. I like that.
If it's like February,
February's
you missed your opportunity. But like the first 2 weeks, Happy New Year's if I haven't seen you since then, because we've grown and you're not going to see everybody all the time. So
that's a fact.
Yeah.
But yo, man, how's your holiday go? Everything copacetic, everything Gucci?
Man, now I hate the holidays.
Yo, happy belated, by the way.
Oh yeah,
kind of piggybacking right off of that.
I had a excellent holiday season.
Nice.
It's been a while since I felt like I just had a nice holiday season. Like things didn't turn to muck. No arguments, no fighting, all of that jazz. You know how it be, man. So I got no complaints at all.
Very nice.
Normally, I'll find a complaint for the holidays. Hence my love for the Grinch. However, none. I got nothing this time around. I'll just take it as it is, man. That's a great start to the new year for me.
That's a fact. Honestly, mine was pretty chill too. Very low key. Very, 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 very low key. We ain't really go nowhere. There was some stuff going on with my wife's family. So like we didn't, when I say we didn't go nowhere, that's a lie because we definitely were out in Coney Island.
I forgot to say happy birthday to her.
Yes, she knows. She knows what you meant. She know you was there. She know you. The birthday wish was there in spirit. But we was what's it called? We was out in Coney Island. They had some stuff going on where family.
So you get a glizzy?
Nah, I ain't get no glizzy on my bed. Nah, bro. I don't always go to. I go to Coney Island. Her grandma, bro. We've been dating for like 7 years, 8 years. We've been married for over a year.
It was definitely longer than that.
It was dating.
I remember when y'all first started dating.
Dating. Okay, dating. Yes. No. What? Yes, you're right. Dating. Keyword there. I
was like, do you realize how long I've been in your life?
Yo, bro, it's been a while.
Every detail of it at this point.
Unfortunately and unfortunately.
That's not unfortunate.
No.
It's only unfortunate if I use it to my advantage or if I use it to like. Negatively.
I will say this. You still get the realest MVP for the Walmart incident.
Right.
The realest MVP. I ain't gonna lie.
I forgot about that.
I am never gonna forget about that because like on the day on the birth of our first child, I'm gonna be like, yo, remember that Walmart incident? Like this moment doesn't happen if AU don't have that Walmart incident. And maybe one day, years from now, when we rich and famous, we might tell that story. But
But for now. We're going to leave that one all the way under the covers, and then we're going to wrap it up in the box, and we're going to put it in the basement. That story is not coming out. But yeah, anyways, we back, y'all. And honestly, the way things are looking, Mikey, if you want to agree or not agree, I don't give a damn.
What you got?
I genuinely feel like this might be one of the best anime seasons in the last, 10 years.
It has the potential to be. Yes. It definitely has the potential to be.
I think, not even just on paper. So far from what I've seen, and we about to get bangers this weekend.
Oh, we've already got bangers.
I said this weekend. Last weekend already happened.
Yeah.
And now you're right. Back into it.
You're right.
So let's get into things that we've just what's popping up in the winter season as of right now. Obviously, there's an elephant in the room. JJK.
Okay, yeah, let's start with JJK. I want to start with JJK.
I feel like that's the elephant in the room.
Why is it the elephant in the room, though?
Well, because we've been saying on the pod, for a bit that Chainsaw Man is better than JJK.
Which it still is, I think.
Agreed.
Even after this first episode,
Agreed.
I think it still
even
is.
after this first episode. I still believe that Chainsaw Man is better than JJK. However, God damn, will I ever say I don't love me some motherfucking JJK?
Jujutsu Kaisen comes in a way. They came in and was like, oh, y'all think y'all forgot about us? Y'all seen all this hype around? Y'all been talking y'all forgot about us? Oh yeah, hold on. Let me remind y'all.
Hold on. Y'all said Solo Leveling had hands. Let me remind y'all what we do around here.
Nah. First, let me fix my hair while I'm reminding y'all. Let me fix my hair while I'm reminding y'all real quick.
Hair while I remind y'all.
That's one of the most disrespectful things I've seen in the anime in a very long time. I got mad. You know, the last time I got mad at somebody doing some
it was
some
more
straight aura farming.
Piccolo.
No, but that's bad.
That's a resurgence.
I love
though.
Piccolo. I love Piccolo. I don't get mad by that. Yo, what was it? Noya, NAO. Noya. Okay, Noya Zenin, bro. That joint made me so mad because
Noya clap. Sorry,
I don't know nothing about that.
I had to.
I don't know nothing about that. Unless you're from New Orleans, then of course you know about that Noya cap. But yo, the craziest part about it was, for me, I'm starting to like Choso as a character is starting to become one of my all-time like favorite characters in JJK, and watching him get washed like that, I started getting upset. Like I started hating real bad.
I was big mad. But I'll give JJK something for that, right? I don't know exactly what it is and what I'm gonna give them for this, but I was hating on Choso for all last season.
Yes, you were.
I was hating that nigga because let's be honest, he put the brakes on my boy. He put the brakes on him and took him off. Like, you know what I mean? He kind of did Itadori low key filthy. And I don't think he was even fully trying to kill him yet. I think he was trying to make him suffer.
Choso at that time was still mad about him killing his brothers, who in turn are
inadvertently, now we know that is definitely his fucking brother. What is going on?
Yeah, they're brothers. What
is going on?
So I gotten, because I had to know at one point. So I did see how they are.
It for me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing, but I did see how they are. But they are. And so
obviously, my boy had the who was it? It was in My Hero, right? When he had the memories from his childhood.
The memories from his childhood from My Hero.
Wasn't it
memories from his childhood? Oh yes,
remembering his childhood and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yep, all the way back.
Itadori was like, "Oh, that's my mom." So you don't really realize it yet, but
I think that scene's gonna come back around in a big way. But let's start from the top. What was your favorite part of the episode, and what are you most excited to see this
episode?
Well, I'd say episode. Okay. Yeah, I say episode. Yeah, let's say from the return. Let's go return. Favorite part of the return for JJK, and also what are your expectations going into the season?
I don't want to say my favorite part because I just really enjoyed it. I did really enjoy the return of JJK. It brought more. If I have to choose my favorite part of it, they gave me a little bit more mystery to figure out, whereas before JJK felt very one note. We knew what was happening. We kind of, outside of Ghetto, my boy Brain, you understand where I'm going. So outside of that, there wasn't really much mystery about things. We kind of, it felt a little one note in that regard. So giving the whole brother thing some ground to stand on was nice. I just needed a little bit more mystery from JJK, and I feel like they gave me that to some degree. So that I don't really have much, from being honest. I can tell you the worst thing for me.
How you got a worst thing? It's already 2 episodes in. What was the worst thing?
It's not like a worst thing where it's like it's bad or it's awful. It was just the worst thing.
All right, what you got? What you got?
I don't like seeing my boy Itadori done like that, because it kind of stems from the Choso thing, bro. Choso was over here just complimenting on his growth and how fire he was.
Which
and
he
like,
was.
oh,
Which he was. Which he was.
And,
Which he
and
was.
then he came through and got worked. Light work. It was light. It was light. But I understand my boy's supposed to be special grade.
I'm like, Yuta's a beast, bro. Yuta's a monster. Yuta's a beast with no neck. And don't let him go get his girl, bro. If he bring his girl over, it's really a wrap. Like,
I mean, we saw it. We saw how much of a rap it was, and I don't like that.
She grabbed him soft, bro. She grabbed Itadori soft.
It was soft. He felt no pain, no nothing. It was soft. And he's like, I can't move. Bro, I don't like this because this narrative that this ain't even his show and he's the main character just keeps being done. Keeps being done that it's not even his show. And it's the truth at this point.
Nah, it's not. But that's not something that's new. There are a lot of main characters where it's like, yo, it's not really
not like
show.
This.
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I definitely think there's a couple. I just can't think of any off the top of my head. Well, actually, Gon. Would you say Gon in Hunter x Hunter? Would you say outside of here? Not even say outside the Chimera Ant arc, just Gon in general. There's so many other better characters. I mean, half of the York New City arc was just Kotobika being the MC.
But that's where it's different. Like HXX is like. It's supposed to be like that.
So you're saying because it's like making Sasuke the main character, but the show's called Naruto.
No, not necessarily.
All right, so what you mean?
Like, so I read up in the manga as well past where it ended in the anime.
Talking about Hunter x Hunter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gon's not even in it at this point. So no, that's what I'm saying. We all thought he was the MC. He's not. That's not how Hunter x Hunter is. Hunter x Hunter is just a story.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It's a little different.
Even though he is still technically the MC. He's
not.
Technically the protagonist of the story.
From what we see.
From the anime.
I'll go to the anime. Where there's multiple protagonists.
Yeah, yes.
So that's all I mean. Hunter x Hunter is a special case. I feel like I get where you were going for the argument, and I want to agree with you, but if you chose something else, I would agree with you probably. But Hunter x Hunter
it was all top of my head. Then I'll give you another one. Soul Eater. Who's the main character in Soul Eater? Is it Soul?
Guess it's supposed to be Soul, but
it's technically Maka.
I say Maka.
It's
Maka. In the anime, it's Maka, yeah.
Yeah, in the manga, it's a little bit more spread out. But
exactly.
So it's a little more spread out.
We know it's Maka, but everybody thinks it's Soul. It's not.
I mean, this shit's called Soul Eater.
Bro, Maka is narrating the goddamn show.
I mean, facts. But still, I'm going to hit my keys on it. Shout out Soul Evans.
But back to the JJK thing.
I got a thought about JJK, though.
That's all I had to say. I didn't like... Stop working my boy, man. I love Itadori. I know he don't have a lot of like character depth and stuff to him, but stop working my boy like this.
So actually, I'm glad you brought that point up because one of the things that I greatly enjoyed about the return has been the depth that they've given Itadori about how he's grieving with Sukuna or Sukuna, with everything that's going on with that. Because do you consider Itadori, responsible for all the damage that went down? Because I don't. I'm like, look, you got force-fed 10 fingers. You got force-fed 10 fingers, and then you had to sit there and, you can't do nothing about that at that point. Sukuna takes over, wrecks everything. Sukuna and Maharaga are there just destroying all of everything around. And now you wake up and everybody dead, and now you feeling the blame on yourself. And he's taking that so hard to the point where it's him and Choso clearing out all of Shibuya. And I'm like, look, as dope as that scene was, especially my favorite part was when he was running up the bridge was like, and he was just out, bro. He was on some Usain Bolt, like I'm here. I
don't even think he was at top speed there. I think he was just casually.
That's the best part. Yeah. He was just with it, and he has a purpose. He has such a purpose right now that he's locked in a different kind of way. Mm-hmm. He's definitely locked in a different kind of way that, at least from a viewer standpoint, I've greatly enjoyed getting that depth of his character. Because we've
It's
kind of
still
got
not a lot. It's still not a lot, and
it's not a lot, but it's better than
that's
we
why
had.
I'm mad. It's like, don't do him like that when he don't even got that much depth to him.
But we
Like,
could
come
get
on,
there.
my boy losing too.
There.
But JJK is not a long series.
I know, but still let the slow burn of the depth. There had to be a moment in the story, but there had to be a moment in the story for him to get to that realization that we're not playing kid games no more. And I think he was kind of getting there, but that moment of, yo, I'm not.
I don't think he ever thought it was kid games up until the point where old boy died in the school when when he got excluded.
Yeah, when they would fight back.
Yeah.
But I say kid games in the sense of this. He looked at him being the vessel for Sukuna as something that I'm not gonna say he took. I can't say he took it lightly, but I don't think he understood.
Sukuna or is it Sukuna?
I heard people say Sukuna. I was always saying Sakuna. You know who I'm talking about.
I'm just curious.
I know
out of curiosity.
No, I got you. I just, this is for the trolls that came at me for the way that I was saying Clevitas as opposed to Clevitis. Yes, I sometimes add different syllables and stuff. So
wait,
leave me alone.
Clevitis?
It's Clevitis. It's definitely Clevitis.
Yeah, that's Clevitas. That's Clevitas.
But that's my point. So I like the depth that they gave Itadori with some of that stuff. And I really am now intrigued about how we got to where we are now. I admit going into JJK watching it that first time, there was a lot of things that I got lost on. Like that first episode, I was like, I had to go back and rewatch. When they introduced
Culling Game, I literally had to pause frame for frame all the fucking details.
Mm-hmm.
Like, first and foremost, respectfully, I do not speak Japanese. I wish I could. I don't. Like, they were fast as hell explaining. I was like, what the hell's going on with y'all? And I remember actually season 1 of JJK, I did a lot of this too, where I had to like kind of rewatch a bit of it multiple times to try to fully understand or grasp concepts. We too deep for them to be trying to like fast pace us with that. You know what I mean?
I'm looking at it like hopefully they will obviously explain it more. I ended up going back, excuse me, and to your point, going frame by frame to understand the rules. Don't ask me to explain them to you right now because I read them. That doesn't mean I completely understand them.
Yeah, 100%. I'll explain it more. It
do sound like some gory shit though. It's some gory stuff.
This is some nasty work right here.
They about to be killing.
This is killing. I mean, it's called the Culling Games. But yeah, man, JJK return. I feel like it was the elephant in the room because obviously people, have been waiting for it. I mean, not long at least. But genuinely, they really showed up and showed out per usual. I feel like there is a standard that they hold, and they held the standard at minimum.
And I was gonna say to that point, I don't really have expectations going into this season. I
didn't have any expectations either. I knew it was gonna be good, and I knew I was gonna enjoy it.
I'm just along for the ride. You feel me? Like I'm just along for the ride. I want to watch. I love watching great anime, and I think JJK, regardless of where you feel on the pantheon of where you put it within the trio, it's just a good watch. Like the characters are likable. The moments are crazy. The fight animation that's something that they need to get more credit on. They need to get way more credit.
I don't think anybody animation wise and directing wise is providing such detail in their fights like they do
consistently.
Like you see consistently. Yes, you see the fight sequences. It's not just like it's like, oh shit, I punched him in his liver over here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh.
I punched him in the liver. I blocked it. I came back with the left. I came back with the right.
Like,
he blocked me.
Not recycled DBZ kind of. Shout out to DBZ. I'm always gonna love DBZ, but it's not recycled like kick or like over. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. They took a lot of time and they take a lot of time making sure that each fight sequence is very unique to the fight that's actually happening and tailored to each person in the fight. And you can't beat that. It's lovely. It's lovely.
It is. And for this next season, I want more interest as far as, like you said, the mystery, the story, where we're going, how this is all going to operate, the culling game. What the hell was that thing in that little tunnel? That's so. Question, and I wanted to
a whole other mystery. I forgot about that. A lot of you.
So I think, and this is where I got it from. is that the tunnel that they were in with the prequel where we saw Gojo and Ghetto's flashback and old girl got capped at the end by Fushigiro's dad?
Honestly, I cannot
think
answer
that's
that
the
question.
play. No, I know
because
you. I know, but
I don't
that's where I
remember.
got. That's where I got. I got the sense of like we've been here before. We've seen this before because when they showed the blood stain on the floor, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's from old girl. I'm pretty sure that's from old girl.
It
That
could
like,
be.
and so that's why
absolutely spot on. I don't remember, so I'm
I'm interested to see what that's gonna play out as. And then you got the dude who lost out for the assassination classroom part out here leading. I bet, and I'm cracking jokes now because I don't know. So all the margaritas are about to be on my ass about it. He probably bad at it, but he looked like the dude from Assassination Classroom, but was white.
Because I actually forgot a few key things about my watching JJK because of the amount of things that I've watched and rewatched during this break. So you got me thinking even more now.
Yeah,
you got me thinking even more now.
He reminded me of a cross between about the teacher from Assassination Classroom and one of the aliens from Dandadan. Like that was that's literally what it kind of played. I was like, it just looked like that to me. I'm not saying that's what he do. It just looked like that to me. That's all I got.
I get it. All right. I got no qualms about that. But yeah, JJK, the return, I think it was great. I don't think it's topped anything it has done previously, but I will say they obviously put some time into them fucking fights and also the animation that they put into these fights. I think they did get to another level, another gear somehow, which it's kind of crazy to think about. But outside of that, it's JJK.
I want to know about the Zenin family though. I need more about the Zenin. And I know we're going to get it here with the culling game, but there's so much mystery and so much like just infighting.
I don't think it's just the Zenin family. I think that's how the royal families are or elite families are in JJK. I think they're all like that.
Maybe, because I said, my man, fixing your hair as you giving hands. I was so happy. I said, I know Yuta was playing a role, but I hope Yuta didn't show up because Choso was about to win that fight, and Choso's speech.
Choso was going to win that fight, and
bro.
I needed that to happen.
Choso, that was my favorite part. That's where I wanted to go. That was my favorite part of the entire episode. Even though I loved the growth they're giving the growth they're giving Itadori. My favorite part of the episode was when Choso had the conversation with Noya about brothers. And he was like, yeah, I hate my older brothers. And he was like, yo, how can you hate your older brothers?
You got to this place because they were weak? Or because of this? I was like, yo, he's more human than him.
Listen.
And he's a creature. He's a creature feature.
Now, we had this conversation with one of our other boys because I know y'all two are like similar in your, because I said we all got brothers, all of us got brothers, but like you're on the spectrum of like if you have two older brothers, same way how Goose got two older brothers, and then y'all like technically not the youngest, but you know what I mean. I'm the oldest brother in my family. That scene hit me crazy. I got two younger brothers, and the way he was talking about, he's like, look, how do you not know that they looking up to you? Because if I go down the wrong path, they gonna know not to follow you. But if you go down the right path, they gonna be able to follow your lead. So no matter what, your moves, your steps are getting orchestrated by something your older brother doing. So what you got? I was like, you damn right, Joseph. You damn right.
Yeah. It was honestly, he got more depth than Itadori at this
point. I'm Choso get like he is on he's on an impressive ascension up the list of my favorite characters in JJK. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like sorry. Fly,
not the High School Musical. Oh, you know what? Because R.I.P., bro.
What you got? R.I.P.
We got confirmation.
Oh, who?
What you mean, JJK?
Oh, for who? I missed it.
What are you talking about?
I missed it. I'm gonna just say I missed it.
Are you serious? There was a whole moment for each.
I might have missed it. I guess I missed it.
Dead
just
serious?
Say it, because I missed it. Yeah, Nobara's gone. Yeah, she's gone.
Bro.
She's gone. But I knew that. I made my bed with that.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I thought we were gonna get our return for her, and that sucks because I thought she was a part of like the main cast. You know what I mean? I thought she was really in there. I did always think she was the weakest, personally. However, I thought she was getting some growth and like she's gonna survive this, come back, looking like Two-Face. But yeah, no, I was really sad.
Her and I don't make this. I know this might come off as me cracking jokes. This is not a joke, but the way her that sound her head made when it exploded, I knew she was done, bro. It exploded. That sound like I could still hear it. I still see her body going limp and hitting the ground. I still see the look on Itadori's face. That is like it literally was like crunching a pumpkin, bro, on some Gallagher shit. Like I cannot let that go. I am never going to.
You weren't gonna make jokes.
I'm not.
And there were multiple jokes made here, and I'm sick. I'm sick of you.
Because I made my bed with her a long time ago.
Girl, man, I loved her respectfully.
She was dope. And I did not like. And I've always been on record saying I did not like the nail hammer thing, but she was a dog with it. She was a dog with it.
Yeah, she was starting to develop it to different levels too. So
I don't know. I'm curious to see where the season goes. I know we're starting off with a really strong foot. Going back to another thing I wanted to talk about. Wait, you got anything else on JJK before I move on?
I think I'm good. I don't really got a lot on JJK right now. I'm just happy it's back. I'm enjoying it. That's all I got, really.
Yeah. One thing, and I don't know how much of this you've heard about coming into the season, because I'll be honest, I didn't start hearing rumblings of it until after the first episode was Sentenced to Be Hero Sentenced to Be a Hero.
I told you this.
See, I feel like you did.
I told you this was coming out a while ago. I was like, yo, I can't wait for this to drop.
I literally was like, I feel like AU told me about this, but like maybe I just was in a different like stratosphere with my mind. Like I literally said, I feel like he told me this, but
I definitely did.
That joint was gasola. Gasolina.
Before we even get into how gas it was, I'm gonna be devil's advocate here because I did tell you this before we started the pod and everything. Not today, but after I finished watching it, they were losing me up until the end.
Yeah, where were they losing you at? Because I was locked in the whole time.
It's not that I wasn't entertained. It was just, it felt so one note to the point where I was like, okay, they got to give me something here in terms of like a mystery or like give me a little something to hold on to.
Okay.
Outside of that, the animation is really good. The concept is cool. Like, and that's enough for a first episode for sure. But like, they weren't giving me anything outside of that.
Excuse me.
So, spoiler alert. Get your paws on, whatever it is. All right. So, we get to the end and then we find out that he killed a goddess. You know what I mean? He was on trial, for all these different types of things and whatnot. We kind of understand why he's there. We had no world building outside of that. There is demons. This nigga's a slave. And that's about it. We didn't get much of anything in terms of world building up until the end. And then I was like, all right, we get the world building up until the end, and then we start getting some stuff to attach us to. I didn't feel attached to anything the whole entire episode until the end.
Yeah, no, I had a completely different experience than that because I was attached to him as the main character. I was attached to the little thief dude who was the side character.
I love him.
He's funny. Yeah, he's funny.
I love him. He's great.
I even got attached to the general who got them in that stupid ass position to start with. Looking like she looked like because there's so many, and that's the other thing about this series.
Scissors, not scissors. Yeah, scissors. Too much fan service for children.
Kill la Kill.
Kill la Kill. That's who she reminded me of. She reminded me of old girl.
Oh, okay.
That she was against. I can't remember her name. I'm losing my mind right now. But yeah,
too much fan service for children. It's hilarious because that show was so ridiculous.
Yes, it's way too much fan service.
I enjoyed Kill la Kill immensely, and it had a really good story. But they was so OD with it. The only thing I give them credit for is that they did it. It wasn't just the women. The guys was out there naked too. So like
for sure,
So I give
too much fan service for children, and I don't mean children that are watching. I mean like these were supposed to be children.
They was in high school. They was in high school. There was a lot going on with them being in high school. I give you that. I definitely give you that.
Speaking of High School of the Dead coming back, sorry.
Yo, apparently, and I'm here for that. Especially,
I don't know why we need a reboot.
Do you want a remake or do you want a season 2? Because I think I kind of want a season 2.
I'd rather have a season 2 personally versus a remake. But also, we could just leave that shit be. I'm fine with what I had already for High School of the Dead and just leave it
also
there.
True. Also very true. Because High School of the Dead is not one that you watch High School of the Dead when you sick on your bed in campus and you ain't got nowhere else to go.
Yes.
And so you sit down and
Like,
bang out 12 episodes like I did.
If you watch this shit, you're like, nigga, what the fuck is this? Like,
bro, I watched
OD.
that whole series in one day when I was sick when we was in college.
Insane fan service as well, but it felt
hilarious.
More parody. It felt more like they were making fun of this than it was like actually just providing fan service. Obviously, fan service was there because of what happened. If you watch High School of the Dead, you know what the hell we talk about. However, it felt more of a parody. Let go of me, bitch. Bro, it sent her to the shadow realm. Ew, that shit was diabolical. Anyways, return to High School of the Dead, Fire, just because we were on the topic. But, I mean, because I say that about Sentenced to be a Hero, it doesn't mean that I didn't enjoy it. I just felt like I said, it felt a little one note.
There we go.
The entirety, and then it was like, okay, we get the backstory. I needed something outside of like the clean ass animation. Animation clean.
Yep.
I just needed something else to attach to. I didn't feel attached to anybody.
I felt a lot of reminiscing, and maybe that's why I felt attached to the story and the characters, because throughout the watch of that first episode of Sentenced to be a Hero, I kept getting callbacks to so many other different series in the past that I've watched across the board. Like the animation, excuse me, the animation reminded me of Elusive Samurai. The main character, as far as like not the main character, but the general who we were talking about, she reminded me of the Kill la Kill girl, which I give you credit for that. But she reminded me of the character from was it Shiba Bisco or whatever? Remember the mushroom joint?
I was just thinking about that shit yesterday.
Yeah. The mushroom joint. She reminded me of one of the characters in that. Which again, if you haven't finished that, that's like the perfect one day binge watch. It is right up there with like a great one day binge.
Just thinking about that yesterday. That's so crazy.
And then so here's a deep cut for you, and I don't know if you've ever even heard of this anime or if you've seen it. The Blighted, like first of all, Blight in general just reminds me of Dragon Age because I'm still playing Dragon Age. Like I pop in there, I do a couple missions, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's Blight everywhere. So every time I hear Blight, I think of Dragon Age. But the actual monsters that were blighted and coming in and the bugs and the demon lord and all of that, it reminded me of this anime that I watched from. I actually found out recently. I think the anime came out in like 2000 or 2001. I watched it when I was actually living in North Carolina at the time, called Blue Gender. Have you ever heard of Blue Gender or watched Blue Gender?
I vaguely feel like I remember this. Hold on.
Blue Gender was one of the darkest anime I have ever seen. It was like a post-apocalyptic world.
No, I've never seen this.
Yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic world where I don't remember if the bugs were aliens. I don't remember if the bugs got mutated. All I remember was that Earth was taken over by giant insects and they were wiping out humanity.
Starship Trooper.
Yes, but it was a different kind of. That's why I started watching it, because it reminded me of Starship Trooper. I was like, oh, okay, I could get behind this. No, bro, because the main character was on some like Faye Valentine joint where he got sick in the past, got put in a hyperbolic time chamber, woke up, and they was like, yo, giant bugs rule the earth.
Yeah, I might have to tune in on this one for a quick second. I ain't even
Blue Gender, it is dark, bro. It is dark, and like they gotta.
I'm fine with that, because this is like just to kind of like go on to your point here when you say like you're reminiscing and remind you of so many things. And I was going to be a point I was going to make later about this series, and I'm happy we're on the same page. I love the artistic style of this. It reminds me of like 90s like artistic style. It really does. It gives me like the Claymore. It gives me Outlaw Star. It gives me Trigun. Like I love the artistic style of it. It feels old, but with that cleanness of the technology that we have today. And I love that. I'm happy you brought that up, honestly, because
you can see the influence. You can definitely see the influence on how they put everything together here.
There's so much homage here in terms of the artistic style in which they're creating this. And you brought up Blue Gender, which I've never seen, and I'm probably going to end up peeping it now at this point because I'm here. It reminds me a lot of Nausicaa Valley of the Wind. I'm getting a lot of
Yeah.
Studio Ghibli vibes too in terms of the artistic style. Obviously Studio Ghibli is Studio Ghibli. However, I'm getting a little bit of that. I maybe a little bit more than a little bit.
I mean, I even think the weaponry, like the weaponry, does when you talk about Nausicaa Valley of the Wind, there is like similarities in that regard because it's like they still got swords and bayonets, but then they shooting lightning rockets. How do we get here? Like, what is the technology that's we got a whole bomb? And I need to know how he could just throw swords and they just blow up. I need to
explain that. At least I thought in terms of
they did.
In terms of I was about to be mean. And I decided not to. I just want you to know.
All right, I'll take that.
I didn't. It wasn't like I'm gonna intend to be mean. I was just gonna say something because it was roll off my tongue. Remember, he already had a pact with a previous goddess.
Yeah, with a goddess.
That power that he has is whatever he got from the goddess previously, and then now he's like doubled up. And then it works very well because she's like the goddess of swords. So it's like, all right, let me throw this motherfucker.
Another two. And I'm so glad you brought that up. One, she's Urza Scarlet, the way that she's just bringing swords out the sky. And two, the way they doing him, his name might as well be Naofumi because they doing him dirty like they did the doggone Shield Hero.
Facts. And that's the last thing I was gonna bring up. Damn, you just spoiling all my shit.
Listen,
all right, whatever. We on the same page.
We on the Wi-Fi. We on the same Wi-Fi.
We on the same Wi-Fi. We Bluetooth connected right now, bro. I was literally saying while I'm watching this, don't fuck this up. Don't give me another motherfucking Naofumi. You better keep that hatred, boy. And I want to see niggas die. I want to see niggas die. I don't want no mercy. I don't want none of that shit. I kill them all. Dead bodies in the hallway.
So Naofumi definitely became a good person. Again, I got to get back on this Shield Hero.
I am still in tune keeping up with Shield Hero, by the way. They really lulled the season before. They came back again.
I stopped after
they kind of back on track.
I stopped that. I watched season 1, which was fire. I stopped after season 2 because I was like, we on a ship. They coming from a different dimension, I think. But they also here trying to be heroes. And then like, all right, I'm good here. So I could get back on it. I'll probably do one of those things where once it ends, I'll probably watch it because there's like I'm looking at that like Dr. Stone. Once Dr. Stone ends, I'm just gonna start it.
Once Dr. Stone ends, I'm watching it all. I can't do Dr. Stone weekly no more. I wish I could.
Nah, because Dr. Stone, the story is fire.
I love
the story is fire. Yeah, the story is fire.
Unique concept.
Yes, but yeah, I don't. But as far as Sentenced to Be Hero, there's so much that we can talk about from a first episode, and I think I don't want to be pessimistic and say there's only way to go from here is down. But with an episode like that comes out the gate so strong, you have everyone's attention now.
Yes.
To your point, don't mess it up.
They have everybody's attention.
They got everybody. Bro, I saw everybody was talking about this. Everybody was talking about Sentenced to Be Hero.
They were talking about this more than JJK.
Yes, because everybody kind of knew what JJK was going to be.
Exactly.
But Sentenced to Be Hero came out of nowhere, and they was talking about that like To Be Hero X, and I couldn't get away from To Be Hero X. And to be fair, I got to still finish To Be Hero X. But To Be Hero X was good though. To Be Hero X was something that was very. The way they jump around in the story is a little jarring, and I'm warning you that now because I don't think you kind of like stuff like that. But they do. They jump forward, they jump back, they jump forward, they jump back. They do they tell like 3 or 4 different parallel stories at the same time, but within the parallels of those stories, they're going to the future, to the past, to what happened 10 weeks ago, to what happened last year, to what happened today, to what happened tomorrow. So they do a lot of back and forth like that. So fair warning for you, because admittedly at the time where I was watching To Be Hero X, which might actually...
Because if you don't do it well, it's just like, you confusing the fuck out of me at this point.
It gets... And if you don't know what it's going to be, it's going to be clunky. And at first I thought they did it clunky, but I actually think they executed pretty well. They just do it in a way without warning you that that's just the style in which they're going to tell the story.
Yes.
So,
but yeah, man, I feel like for me, I'm definitely caught up on a lot of stuff, but I also did a lot. You know what? Hold on. Let's go this route real quick.
Mm-hmm. What you got?
That's just because I mentioned it in the beginning of the this episode. Just that I think this could potentially be one of the greatest anime seasons that we had or could have in like the last 10 years. And I'm just kind of looking at this again. We got Free Ren.
Yep.
Already. And I know you want to talk about something too, and I think I'm gonna tie it all in. JJK, obviously. We got Hell's Paradise, although I'm not the biggest fan of Hell's Paradise. What?
Oh my God. Keep going. Just keep going.
JJK. We got Hell's Paradise, Fire Force, which I'm skeptical about.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there. All right, I'm gonna let it go. We got Sentence to Be a Hero. I fell off of Strange Fate a while ago, but I do know people really love it. So I'm gonna leave that where it is. We got Golden Kamuy for people who are very into Golden Kamuy. I know that some people are very into it, same way that they are.
Yeah, shout out the Immortal Sugimoto, but I'm gonna let that finish before I go back.
You let it marinate.
I have you seen that scene with the two dudes like having the battle where they in the mist and I
never watched Golden Kamuy, so
you've been in the room where I watched Golden Kamuy because you remember Immortal Sugimoto, but I can't even tell if they I think they went down the Gintama route because at one point there's a clip from the Immortal Sugimoto which I literally said, what am I watching? Because we a family friendly show here, AU, so I'm gonna tell you it offline. But let's just say these two dudes were having a battle in the dead of night, like on some Jack the Ripper joint, like they in the middle of the streets, like on some like, okay, I found you in the fog of old London type joint, and instead of fighting with guns or swords or anything, these dudes like kind of like was how can I put this eloquently?
Oh, I feel like I've seen this. They had a different type of sword fight, correct?
Yeah, they had a different type of sword fight.
They had a different type of sword. All right, got it.
No. And I can't believe that was Golden Kamuy. So I'm gonna let that one stay where it is. I will decide on whether or not I will return to see what's going on with the Immortal Sugimoto because he was dope.
Yeah.
Different type of sword
fight. I got no words for it. I ain't even gonna lie.
Bro, I was like, what's happening on my screen right now? My eyes.
I got no words for you. Because I remember seeing that somewhere, I think probably on Twitter, and I was like, oh, what is going on? Because they had like the whiteouts, right?
Uh-huh.
Like yeah. All right, I definitely seen that little part. But yeah, obviously there are a bunch of other things too that maybe I'm not in tune with and whatnot. However, this season looks jam packed. And something I want to bring up, because you did say you want to talk about this on the pod, hiatus.
Yep.
Let's get into that, because we looking at a banger level of a season here. And most of the bangers here, their hiatuses are very short.
I don't know. I'll just
fuck you, One Punch Man, for that garbage ass shit y'all.
You finished it? You finished it? Good for you. You better
underwhelming. Just fuck it. Just scrap it and keep writing the manga. I'm done. I'm going to read the manga moving forward. I don't give a fuck about none of it. One Punch Man, scrap it. Anime wise, scrap it. Let it go. Throw it away. Throw it all away. I don't want no more excuses. Y'all had like 10 years, bro.
One Punch!
Yeah. One Punch it all the way the fuck up away. But yeah, so talk about hiatus. Frieren second season came out in what? A year.
So
JJK took some time, but they had stuff in between.
Frieren isn't going to be 12 episodes though. It's supposed to be. It's not 24 episodes. I think it's 12. It's going to be a shorter season.
Fine though. They still came back, and they're going to give us some shit. I know they are because it's Frieren.
Yeah.
JJK took a little bit of time, but they gave us a movie in between.
A good ass movie.
JJK back. Frieren coming back.
And you missing one, bro.
Hell's Paradise coming back.
You missing one, bro.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm gonna let you handle it.
Nah, you gonna let me handle it.
Keep putting it on your chest.
As I was saying, I'm just trying to look. We double dutch you right now. I'm trying to get my I'm trying to because I'm about to get
business.
All right, sorry. I just had to let it out because Asa be screaming because so he had to he be letting it out. So
I was really trying to let you have your moment because I know you just finished and you were taking too long. So I was like,
Black Clover. I finished Black Clover. Oh Lord, AU AU, I was so wrong, AU. I was so wrong about Black Clover.
I've been told you.
I
I
was so
told
wrong.
you.
Black
Now,
Clover is a elite tier shonen anime. I will say that. It is an elite tier shonen
I had
anime.
a very specific question I actually wanted to ask you about Black Clover.
What you got?
Waiting for this.
What you got?
Is Black Clover a must-watch anime?
That's a good question, actually.
If you're asking me, I took some time to think about it.
I'll say like this, for a new gen.
Black Clover is no, I mean must watch.
Mhm.
Regardless of gen, there are some anime I believe truly is just a must watch, and you should watch it as an anime head. Probably.
Give me an example.
I think everybody should watch Yu Yu Hakusho.
Okay.
It has so many grounds and roots into like a great MC, like just style wise, everything. It transcended its generation.
Mhm. Okay.
I think you should watch the big three. You know what I mean? I do not think as of right now, Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z or anything of that nature is a must watch. I don't believe that.
Mhm.
Did I grow up on Dragon Ball Z? Do I love Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, all of it? I love it all, 100%. I do not believe that series is a must watch anymore.
So, okay, because that's so. Then in that case, no, Black Clover is not a must watch. Because I think out of that, I may have only 2 must watch animes for me. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Full Metal Alchemist is a must watch.
That's a must watch,
and that's biased for me. But I do think that if you want to get to what we believe, I'm gonna say we, but if what we believe is the peak of anime is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I think Samurai Champloo is a must watch.
I don't think Samurai Champloo is a must watch.
I think it's a must watch because I think
obviously that's you and I.
But I think it's a must watch because of it brings you a different style of storytelling within anime that we don't consistently see, and so it opened your eyes to a different genre of a different way of how certain anime have been told, because it is a little bit off kilter. It is a little funky how they do it. Yes, the music is fire. Yes, the fight is serious. Yes, the story is strong. Like, I think that Samurai Champloo brings so much in the way of introducing people that may look at anime as being kiddish or may look at anime as being something that isn't really that exactly isn't that it doesn't have that impact. I think you can look at Samurai Champloo and then draw the direct correlation to lo-fi. You can look at Samurai Champloo and draw the direct
no, there is no correlation.
No, that's what I'm saying. The direct line.
If there was no Samurai Champloo, there would be no lo-fi for all you new gen motherfuckers. Welcome aboard. Come on board to the anime train. R.I.P. Nujabes. If he did not get his start there in anime with Samurai Champloo, we do not get lo-fi. We do not get anything of the sort. This man was a revolutionary, and may we hail his name until the day we die. Dead ass. I really feel that.
And that's how I think it is, because I don't think
what? Yes, Samurai Champloo
is a must watch. I think
Samurai Champloo might be a must. We had to flesh that a little bit for me.
So here's my feeling on the big 3. I don't think all 3 of the big 3 are must watch, but at least one of them is. You have to watch at least one of the big 3. That's how I look at it. You got to watch at least one.
I'm gonna be biased here, but I'm also not gonna be biased. I understand that. I say they're all must watches to understand what they bring to the table. For sure, because they each bring something to the table uniquely.
Fair.
However, the most influential is Bleach. Whether y'all motherfuckers agree with it or don't like it, it is Bleach.
How? The most influential? How?
Yes. Look it up. Do some research, my boy.
But seriously, no. Educate me.
Do you know the amount of mangaka writers that literally say I created this off of the back of what I watched from Taikubo?
Oh, okay.
Are you serious? Fair. JJK off of Bleach or off the bat, because we talking about JJK.
Fair.
The amount of people that write anime or write mangakas, and it's produced to these high top tier quality animes that we know and love, a lot of them give their praise too tight.
Fair. So that reminds me of, like, and this will be a little bit more like insider for like you and I, where it's like a ball player, like somebody who hoops might not have
Yeah.
a favorite player that we look at. Like somebody that hoops favorite player might be Tony Allen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he's just like if you know, you know.
Even better. It's like even better not argument, but like an even better analogy, at least in my mind, is that like most people who are casuals that watch basketball, they don't know what Udonis Haslem has done for
Facts.
the teams that he's been on.
Facts.
This man has what?
Facts.
This is Udonis Haslem.
Facts.
Or
He's still
Robert
got it.
Ory.
He's still
It's
got
like,
Robert Ory. Robert Ory's a good one. Robert Ory's a good one.
Is a goat.
Yeah, that's Big Shot Bob, bro. That's Big Shot Bob. What you mean?
And that's what,
okay.
And that's what tight is. Tight is that.
All right. Attack on Titan. I think that's a must watch.
Must watch.
Attack on Titan's a must watch.
Must watch.
I was trying to find one that we was definitely going to agree on, and so like I had to pull you with Samurai Champloo. You pulled me a little bit with Bleach. All right, Attack on Titan is a must watch.
Yeah, must watch for sure. I think not only is Attack on Titan a great starter anime to just kind of mess with you, great story, obviously, great action, great artistic style, very unique storyline. Across the board, Attack on Titan is always going to be one of the greatest anime of all time.
Yes.
Whether I agree with the ending or not, whatever it is, it's always going to be one of the greatest anime of all time.
It's not an ending that everybody loved, but it was a good ending.
Yes, 100%. Another must watch probably. You might hate me for it, but I believe it. Demon Slayer. And I've
come around on Demon Slayer a little bit. I have.
Let me explain to you why. It's not even that I think Demon Slayer is going to be in my top echelon of anime, but what it can do and what it has done for the community as a whole and the amount of people that it's brought in, there's a testament to that somewhere.
So I see your Demon Slayer and I raise you My Hero.
My Hero's better.
I would say My Hero's more of a must watch than Demon Slayer is.
I'm gonna go Demon Slayer. I still think Demon Slayer is easier. It's easier for people. I think people getting into anime. I think people getting into anime would prefer Demon Slayer over My Hero.
I think it depends on the person. I hear what you're saying, but I think it depends on the person.
I agree with you, but ease of watching, probably Demon Slayer. Artistic style, it's cool.
Yeah.
Like all that. It's still a good story. Demons is something very easy to get into for a lot of people. It's that fantasy kind of realm, all that. My Hero, heroes and stuff, it's cool. We've seen it. You know what I mean?
The thing that I think might hold My Hero back in this, as far as looking at the two, as far as much must watch, is there's a lot of exposition in My Hero. A lot of explaining. We gotta explain a lot of stuff. We gotta explain quirks. We gotta explain what's going on in the world. We gotta explain who somebody
Demon
is.
Slayer,
we gotta go in. Demon Slayer is just like, yo, look, here's a sword, here's a demon. Okay. So, here's a sword, here's a demon. Let's go.
Yes,
we'll talk about the breathing styles later, but just know.
Listen to this. Talk about the breathing styles later. I know people are gonna be like, okay, then why not Black Clover? We're talking about these things. It's just that first and foremost, let me preface it by saying this: Black Clover had 100, almost 200 episodes for their first core, however you want to say it.
Yeah,
and
core.
It was very diluted. It's very diluted.
Diluted in what way?
Too many episodes, man, to get to the point.
They could have shaved a couple episodes. They could have shaved a couple episodes. But that's but let me say this. Just right off of that.
They're gonna lose people, I feel like.
But and that's why I think Black Clover is I'll say it's a must-watch shonen, especially if you are an old school anime head. Because Black Clover could have survived in our era. Like in our youth, Black Clover would have been
Black Clover would have went triple fucking platinum.
In our youth, it would have gone triple.
Honestly, Black Clover might have went diamond.
That's what I'm saying.
If Black Clover dropped around the same time the big three did, there would have been a big four probably.
Because the thing that Black Clover did, which I had a great appreciation for, was that they had good filler episodes. The filler episodes of Black Clover are good and
Yes,
they're
they
funny.
did. Yes,
They're
they did.
enjoyable. They bring stuff to the world. Like I sat back and I was like, oh, we got a filler this week because I binged it. I started and I got through it pretty quick. I started my rewatch of Black Clover. I call it a rewatch because I started watching it and then I came back and then I dropped it and then I came back and I put it back on and I came back. But so this is my third time to actually go through it and I finally made it all the way through with Black Clover. But what I enjoyed the most about the filler episodes was that it's the same thing that we always talk to you about when it comes to when we talk about how if One Piece did a filler episode, give me more story, bring me more into the world, bring me more character development. Like I appreciated them going to the mixers so I can see Luck talk about how Luck on a date talk about some you trying to fight, you trying to fight,
crazy ass, bro. Luck, one of the most psychopath motherfuckers I've seen in a while.
Yo, he is the definition of a crash out. If you open up the dictionary and look at crash out, a fist from Luck is gonna come out and say, "Yo, you trying to fight?" That's how I look at it.
Luck is insane. So I know in the past I've talked a lot of shit about Black Clover, but I've always also defended Black Clover.
You have. I talked a lot of shit about Black Clover, and I didn't defend it.
I've always defended Black Clover. I'm really happy to see what's going to come forth now that it's going to be seasonal and not straight up. Because I feel like Black Clover thought they were going to get away with what One Piece was doing, and you can't do that. One Piece is One Piece.
Even One Piece realized you can't do that no more.
No, One Piece could have kept doing that until it ended, for sure. I just think they needed to just fix it. Or just give us more fillers. That meant something, and we talked about this in the past, so I don't want to go into it a little bit deeply. I don't want to go into it too deeply, but One Piece could have easily given us like really cool fillers that kind of gave us more about the characters, and like watching, like I said, Dr. Chopper episodes could have easily just been him working on a new cure or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Like those things would have been very fun. One Piece is so fun; they could have easily just given us things like that. They could have gave us a whole workout episode with Zoro.
Yo, that would have gone platinum. Speaking of stuff that would have gone platinum, that would have gone platinum.
They didn't have to drop from weekly to seasonal. Just don't give me a whole fucking episode of recap. Nobody wants that, man.
No matter what the series is. No matter what the series
1,000%.
But I'll say this as far as Black Clover is concerned. I think it is a must-watch shonen. It's a great shonen for us that like grew up in the classic shonen era, the big three shonen era. I also think that Asta as a main character is incredibly underrated. I think he's underrated as a main character.
I disagree with that, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I think he's... do you think he's properly rated or overrated?
Well, I guess to answer that question, I need to know...
Just like, as an MC, just him as an MC.
I understand, but when you say is he properly rated or is he overrated, I need to understand what your standpoint is in terms of like what do you believe the general consensus is for Asta?
I think he's underrated. I think Asta should be on the same tier of.
But do you believe, general consensus wise, that Asta is underrated?
Yes, I do. I think most people think, because I think people look at Black Clover as an underrated shonen, and I think Asta, granted, this could be recency bias, and I am 100% going off of that. Not going off of it, but understanding that that's what this could be. You're not going to get me Freudian slip. But I look at Asta, as being, he's not Deku. I'm not crazy. He's not Deku as a main character. Is he Tanjiro? No, he's not Tanjiro either. Is he
Tanjiro is definitely being carried by the coattails of the story and like what they have.
Yeah, Tanjiro's more so than the actual character. Because I think Tanjiro's strong points is that he is a loving,
likable.
Older. He's the most likable. I think he's the most likable out of you. I can understand why people don't like Deku. I can understand why people don't like Asta. I haven't heard one person say they don't anything about why they don't like Tanjiro.
But I think that's biased then, because like people, a lot of the reasons people do not like Deku is because he cries. But like Tanjiro's crying like every other fucking episode. So what are we talking about?
But it's different. But
it's not.
It's different.
My boy is a fucking 14-year-old kid, and his arms and legs is snapping.
I'm not saying... Look, I stopped calling him Crybaby Deku after, like, season 2. So, with that being said, I look at Tanjiro's crying different than Midoriya's crying.
But it's the same thing, and that's what
it's the main character crying.
We cannot disrespect my son like that, and I'm always going to stand on that.
But I also think it's to your point where you talked about the concept of the story, because every time that Tanjiro's cried within the concepts of the story, we've been sitting there crying with him. Because I look at it like this: when Rengoku's a perfect example.
When he cries, it's like very, very hard moments where it's like, yeah, for sure. I didn't feel that much for Rengoku personally,
but comedy.
Yeah, I get it. I know that he was a heavy hitter for like the fans.
Comedy.
But in general, like outside of Rengoku, like him crying for the demons were very powerful moments when you get their backstories and see how gut wrenching it was. I understand that. So like, I think you have a point. And there is traction to your point. However, I do feel as though they're very similar. Not the same, but I do feel like they're very similar in terms of the fact that they cry and Deku gets more hate for it.
Deku gets way more hate for it. Some people still call Deku Crybaby Deku even after all of the Yeah, I calling him Crybaby Deku at this point, I'm like, all right, now you definitely just hating. But I think Asta deserves to be in that realm of the main characters in the same way that Tanjiro and Deku are, because Asta,
I disagree with that, but yeah.
No, I think so, because I think Asta's character, from the growth that he has done, which what I don't, growth? And that's what I think. No, what do you mean? What growth? Asta got no magic in a world full of people with magic.
No, but that's not growth. That's just his life. That's
but
his story.
But the growth comes into the fact where he's always worked out to try and get stronger and get better and be able to compete. That's his
strength thing. Then Masho and Asta are the same.
But so let me ask you this: what's the difference between Asta's workout routine and Rock Lee's?
I'm not saying there isn't any, and but you're see what you're doing here is you're trying to like fold me into a position where it's like, hold on, you threw Rock Lee into the sentence or the argument because you want to say like, oh, because I love Rock Lee, but my thing is, and a lot of people love Rock Lee. However, I'm going to say there's no difference between Rock Lee and Asta. I don't think there was any character development or growth for Rock Lee either.
Really? With everything Rock Lee had to go against, you don't think none of that was character development? You don't think none of that was him like finding that's not
character development. That's just Rock Lee's character and who he is as a person. The same thing as Asta, like that his struggle does not immediately equate to character growth and development. So because you have a struggle and just because you're going through that, it doesn't mean that equates to development. Development is like realizing things about yourself and like obstacles and how you overcome that and then how you change because of that. Asta's never changed once really in this whole entire curve that we've seen. He's just always been Asta, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
So I think I think he's I
feel like, is my point making sense there? Or
no, I get what you're saying. I disagree with it because I think that is character growth and character development, especially in the very first episode. Now, granted, this is fresh in my mind because I just bodied it, but in the very first episode where he has that moment of he's about to give up because the dude's about to come in and steal his grimoire, and has to be like, yo, what are you doing? What is this? And he's like, yo, thank you. Thank you for bringing me back. I had that moment of weak. Asta has shown throughout the series he has those moments of weakness, and then he perseveres through those moments of weakness.
But that's not character development.
I think that's part of character development. Is that a 1-to-1 like, oh, I'm Zuko and I go 1-to-1 from being the bad guy to being like the good guy? No, but I think it's a part of character development.
You don't have to go from like it's a part of it. Yes, that's a part. But in terms of actual character development or growth, Asta has done very little. Like, bro, overcoming a dark moment or a dark time is like, that's cool and we love it. We love seeing those things, especially from our main characters because they're supposed to go through these, like to break through something. But it doesn't, just because he's broken through those moments, it doesn't mean that it's changed Asta. Asta's always been the same exact character from the beginning.
So you're saying
okay.
Because Asta gives me a lot of like vibes similar to, I'm not saying he's the same character, but as far as his outlook can be very similar to one like a how Luffy, not is Luffy's carefreeness, but how Luffy still has always been Luffy throughout the board. And I think that's kind of your point. Because I even look,
But Luffy has grown. I mean, it took this nigga mad fucking long.
Yeah,
but
but I
Luffy,
think Asta has. I think Asta's to grow too. Even the moment with him and Yami, where Yami had to say, Asta, I need your help. And he's looking down like, yo, I can't, like, I have to get in there. Like, I have to, like, yes, it's
but
always
that's
a part of
not
Asta
growth.
being
That's
Asta.
just who Asta is. Again, like you said in the first episode, somebody took his grimoire and somebody's like, bro, what you doing? He's like, oh, yeah, bet. My fault. You're right. I'm back.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm
okay,
saying?
so,
My
all
boy was
right.
down on his knees, and Yami said, okay, bro, I need you. Okay, yeah, bet. I'm back. And
Okay,
that's cool. We love those moments, but,
okay.
like, it's still the same thing.
It's still the same character.
For example, right? Just Edward Elric.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? A very subtle growth that occurred within his storyline was his ability to see love for other people outside of his brother, because that was his whole entire mission. Bro, at the end, when he told Winry, I'll give you half of me if you give me half of you, that was a huge moment for him. He didn't even realize it until he realized it. And then he's like, oh shit, that's a growth moment. That's a character development moment. We see that throughout the entire series as he gets closer and closer to her. And he's like, wait, there's something here that he has never played on before. And then at the end, he was like, oh shit, boom, we get to this moment. And that's subtle. That's just subtle growth. You get what I'm saying? But there's no growth really for Asta. And that's okay. I'm not saying this to be like, oh, Asta is an unlikable MC or Black Clover is bad or anything like that. I'll say the same thing like for anybody else that I think there isn't just much room for growth.
Oh no, and to be fair, as you've talked it through, you've made me change in at least how I'm looking at this, because to your point, the character with the best growth development in the series isn't Asta, it's Noelle.
Noelle, exactly.
It's Noelle.
That's
so that's
a
good point.
development.
So that's made me like, okay, it's Noelle.
And don't get me wrong, a part of that is just the writing that they created for her. She has better writing in her storyline.
Her armor is fire. Her armor is fire. Her armor is
Chef's
fire.
Fucking kiss.
It is.
I told you she's gonna come through.
Fire.
I told you she was.
I just wish she wasn't a tsundere. I hate tsunderes. I do.
Yeah,
tsunderes are annoying. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but she's not a bad one.
She's not as bad as she was. She was awful at the beginning.
She was really bad.
She was really bad at the beginning. She's gotten better. Growth.
She developed.
Yeah.
And I know that little statement, all this little argument. If you make a clip about this, Mikey, just understand this. Clip this shit at the end, please. I do not hate Black Clover. I've been telling Mikey to watch Black Clover.
You said don't get it twisted. Don't y'all get it twisted.
And I genuinely think now that Black Clover is going weekly, it's going to actually turn into a way, 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 way better story. It's going to be more enjoyable. I think the story is going to be more fluid. I think the story is going to be more like, it's going to be more gripping. There's going to be much more going weekly for Black Clover than Black Clover going weekly. It has much more going for it than it did. Sorry, I mixed my words. Black Clover going weekly and seasonal has much more going for it than it did just kind of going weekly, like in a One Piece kind of standing.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think, I mean, not only that, and I talked about this in a recent clip I made for Couch Steelers on our social, was like, yo, people really held on to the hiatus, and like, not only did they hold on to the hiatus, their community is strong. The Black Clover community is very strong. It is. It's very strong.
And good for them, because they need it.
Yo, all right, so let me ask you this. I've been meaning to ask you this since I finished it. Who's your favorite character in Black Clover?
I hate that I'm going to say this. I have two.
Who's your two?
And I hate that I'm going to say this.
Yeah, who you got?
Yami, bro, because I feel like he's so easy, but like Yami's probably like my favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
And then second's going to be Noelle, because again, I think she had a lot of growth in her character. And so I appreciate it. I like her.
So Yami is absolutely my favorite character. Yami's that guy. Yeah, Yami is my favorite character. Guy. By a lot. By a wide margin. Yami is my favorite character.
Noelle's my second, but like it's still
Yami. Is Noelle my second favorite character? I don't think Noelle's my second favorite character. Her growth has definitely been really cool to watch.
Probably Luck for you. You always like those types of characters.
I do kind of like Luck. I ain't gonna lie. Luck, I do. I like Luck. I can't lie. Like, I had to think about it too for a while. Like, I do. I like Luck. A character who I like but I don't love is Charmy. I do like Charmy.
Bro,
Charmy's...
I'm so happy you said this, because she is like, I wanted to like her more, especially after her glow up. when she was cooking old girl in the pan, I was like,
That
"Don't get this shit out my fucking face!" I cracked
killed
up. I
me,
hollered,
bro.
bro.
That
I was
wolf
like, "Are
was
y'all
like, what did I
serious?" I was like, "Are y'all dead serious,
She was in there like, I'm getting
bro?"
yeah,
That shit annoyed the fuck out of
nah,
me.
bro. Oh man, bro, she said, "I'm whipping it, whipping it, whipping it, whipping it."
No, that shit annoyed the hell out of me. I couldn't
Uh,
get behind it.
I like her. I don't love Charming, but I do like Charming. I like the concept of the whole. I've really enjoyed the series, but I like the concept of the whole Magic Knights Guild, the Magic Knights as a whole. I will say the only beef that I've had with Black Clover from jump, and I guess they kind of like I've gotten over it, but it's the only beef that I've truly had. Something worse got to happen to Vengeance, bro. Like Vengeance did a lot with the L's. Like they just kind of let him. Like I know they said like, "Yo, make up for it by just being the leader of the Golden Dawn," but like, bro, you killed a lot of people. You couldn't decide between humans and L's, and like you was sitting there double agenting the whole time.
I want to agree with you,
but you see the vision. You don't gotta agree, but you see the vision.
Yeah, I see the vision, but it kind of really plays into what Black Clover is as an anime.
Okay.
They really brush over a lot of things a lot. You know what I mean?
I guess. Yeah. To your point, they do.
It's my rival. Campy. Like Black Clover is campy, and so therefore, like you're gonna get a campy result in terms of that type of like retribution.
So I want to ask this one thing, and then we could slide on Black Clover because, like I said, I saw a comment on this talking about the hiatus, and Black Clover had essentially a 5-year hiatus because I don't know when in 2026 the new season's supposed to start. I don't think we have a date yet.
Nobody ever say shit to me about no hiatus.
That's why but that's why I wanted to ask you. That's why I wanted to ask you because I feel like while Bleach has definitely had the biggest hiatus, and I'm not going to sit here and act like Bleach's hiatus wasn't the most important and most like transcendent as far as like the fandom stood 10 toes down from the start all the way knowing. I don't think y'all ever believed y'all weren't going to get another adaptation of Bleach. I think there might have been dark moments. There were dark moments, but y'all never thought that Bleach wasn't coming back.
I always knew it was going to come back. We just didn't have it.
Y'all had dark moments. Y'all had dark moments about it. Like you had some doubt, but it wasn't really doubt. It was just like feeling of wow, will this ever? It's like those existential moments of will we ever get back here? I don't know if the fandom of Black Clover got it because I said I'm in the fandom now, but I just got here, so this is my third day here.
Time though, different time.
Way different time. But I look at it like this: they left people on a terrible spot. At least Bleach, when Bleach ended before it came back with 1,000-Year Blood War. It kind of wrapped some things up. The only thing was like, Ichigo got his powers back. We were able to kind of see things happening. Full Bring arc happened. And I know there's debate around the Full Bring.
For me, and that's my argument.
What?
I think they left Black Clover in a great spot. There was a cliffhanger there. We knew that something massive was coming down the pipeline, and we were waiting for that to see what's going to happen. Whereas Bleach ended very smooth. My boy got his powers back. We was up. Everything was good. And it was just like, for anybody that didn't read the manga, you would think that's really the end of the series.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's why I wanted to pick your brain on it, because I knew you would have a perspective on it that I wanted to see. Because I was annoyed. And I'm like, bro, it's coming back in a couple months. I could chill out a couple months. Like I haven't waited years for this, and I don't know where anybody is. I got so much like answers and maybe that's because I'm jaded from when series have like left me in the past and never come back. Looking at you, Dead Man Wonderland, where
I say goodbye to that.
Yeah, no, that's done. Dead Man Wonderland done. And so series that do that and leave you on a cliffhanger, looking at you, Blood Lad. And you're stuck and you don't know what to do next.
Done too. I hate to say that.
Oh, Blood Lad is absolute. Blood Lad is more
because I've actually been seeing clips of it resurge like recently. I've been seeing a lot of clips of it resurge, but
you know that meme where like the mom is with the kid and like holding up the kid in the pool, and one kid is like drowning, and then it shows like the other kid like in a scuba suit, and then like the dude at the bottom as a skeleton. The skeleton is Blood Lad.
Yeah, for sure.
That's Blood Lad, bro. That's done. But I would rather give me a tight finish and then leave me wondering whether or not it's going to come back, as opposed to leave all these questions unanswered and then be like, all right, we'll see y'all soon. Maybe. Yeah. Like, I would rather it be a tight finish like Bleach did it. So we differ there.
But the thing is, I think everybody, because you never watched, I think everybody knew that Black Clover was going to be re-released. Like
Gotcha.
I knew Black Clover was coming back. I think everybody that watched Black Clover knew it was coming back. There was no question in anybody's mind that it was coming back. I think it was like guaranteed.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So the 5-year thing didn't matter to a lot of people who watched Black Clover.
Fair.
And I guess because I think we're coming up on time a little bit, I just want to ask you, what are you not necessarily most excited for, but what do you think is going to be the best thing that comes out of this winter season?
Okay, so
there's a lot.
I have one that I think is going to be the best, and I have one that I just have to make a comment on. So I think the best is still going to be Frieren. I think the best is going to be Frieren.
I'm not going to say it just because like I'm still pissed about Frieren getting snubbed so much last year. But yeah, go ahead.
I think everyone the noise is going to be around JJK, but I think Frieren because Frieren has so many different places to go. Frieren as a story, as a concept, as what people want to really kind of delve into. And I think there's other things that are coming back later this year. I want to say I saw something about Mushoku Tensei coming back. Shout out Jobless Reincarnation.
Yes,
but
I believe it is.
And so, like, there's other things that are going to be coming out later this year that I think is going to steal a lot of the thunder. Tanya's coming back this year. This is going to be Anime Awards this year will be crazy. Anime Awards this year will be crazy.
And you still haven't caught the movie and everything else. Please watch that.
Yeah, no,
finish.
I got a list. I got a list of things that I want to start. Now that I finished Black Clover, Delicious in Dungeons on the list. Hajime no Ippo's on the list.
I gotta watch Delicious in Dungeons. I have not caught that once.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on my list that I'm going to start kind of like whittling down now. But I do think Frieren's going to be the best. The one that I am the most concerned about is Fire Force. I am very concerned about Fire Force.
I'm also equally, and I sent that to you, man. Squeezing 88 chapters into 13 episodes is a blunder.
You can't do it. It can't be done.
Do that.
It can't be done.
I know it's gonna be a blunder.
And it's not as much as
they had pacing issues in the last curve. If you ask me personally,
a lot of people have said that
they had a lot of pacing issues before. So now you even squeeze it even more. It's like, why are y'all doing this? Like, I don't get it. The first one was y'all took mad long to come back, and then like it was cool, but then y'all had pacing issues, and now you want to fuck up even more.
I'm afraid
you're really losing hope for adult.
We're gonna fumble the ball at the 1 yard line, bro. If they fumble this ball at the 1 yard line and screw up my Soul Eater remake,
I'm invested in that shit now,
bro.
I've been reading the manga, and like I told you, it's like I get it, I understand. I still really, really love the anime for what it is. Unfortunately, they had an issue on hand, which was pretty much equivalent to the Full Metal Alchemist situation, where it's like the anime caught up to the manga, so like you were kind of forced in this position. But so I still love her for what it is, but yes, the manga is heat.
If they screw up, and I'm gonna watch Fire Force after we get done with this a little bit later tonight though, but if they fumble at the 1 yard line and they mess up the return of Soul Eater, the rightful return of Soul Eater, fury.
No,
straight fury.
Listen,
I'm gonna be on here being furious.
I understand where you're coming from, because like I feel like not the same, but I'm really praying for Burn the Witch.
Yeah, that's one,
bro.
Burn the Witch in the scuba gear. Burn the Witch in the scuba gear. They not drowning, but they in the scuba gear.
It was gas. Burn the Witch was so gas. And I feel like Bleach has to just really go crazy to finish it up in order for us to get Burn the Witch. And
how much more
is going to go crazy? Yes, but
how much more Bleach is left? Because I'm probably going to start 1,000 Year Blood War from the beginning.
It depends on how much they're going to milk it.
Okay. In your opinion, as somebody that's as Mr. Bleach, who knows everything that's about to happen, how much
more season 2 curse?
Fair. Okay. 1 more season 2 curse. If they want to milk it, they could go 2 seasons with maybe one cur each, or 2 cur.
No, 2 seasons. If they're gonna milk it, 2 seasons, 1 season 2 curs, and then a final season.
Cool. Okay. All right. So once it gets to that point of Bleach is about to end, that'll probably be when I restart 1,000 Year Blood War, because I need to. The thing I forgot about Bleach is that when I watched Bleach, I binged it. Like I had at no point have I not watched Bleach as a binge.
You know what? I just looked this up. They are finishing it. No more curse. July, summer, final arc. That's it.
All right.
They're wrapping it up.
So I'll start around like May. I'll start around like May.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I could start. I guess that means I could restart 1,000 Year Blood War around May, and that'll get me right to where I need to get to.
Yeah, that's what I said. If they wanted to milk it, I thought they were going to give me one more season, 2 cores, but they're not. They're adapting the final season. Yeah, the last pretty much 20 chapters into the final season, which is valid. So,
I mean, yes, you Mr. Bleach, so you would know better than me, but yo, AU man, I know we coming up on time here, but you want anything you want to lead the people with, anything you want to say? We back for the new year, but you got anything you want to lead the people with before we go?
Oh, sure, peace.
What?
My headphones died, boy. I didn't hear what you just said.
Yo, listen. For everybody, that I got you, AU. For everybody that is listening on the pod, and if you watch this on YouTube, you've been seeing AU kind of mess with his headphones the whole episode. But if you listen on the pod, he been messing with his headphones the whole episode. Apparently, they just died. AU, you can say so for the people. Say,
yo, it's always room. Welcome to 2026. I just want to say something. I hope I'm on cue here. I want to let y'all know first and foremost that this is the year of the horse in terms of the Chinese zodiac. It stands for a lot. Please go look it up. This is a year for really going for the things that you want to go for in life. It's a great year. Great year for anime. RickandMorty.com, Rick and Morty forever, Mikey AU forever. Head us to the Concealers on all your socials, YouTube and Twitter and X, and Mikey and AU forever Concealers. Peace.
Always room.